Actually going to say that one of the things that COVID has done for us and has kind of repositioned how we think is we used to think, and I think businesses used to think this way in like 3-year plans or 2-year plans, right? How many people have heard like, what's your 3-year plan for your business? And I feel like this pandemic has really condensed time very significantly. And as a result, we're starting to think of our business in 6-month windows because one of the things that we realized, especially looking back at the last couple of years, is where we are today, right now, was determined by actions that we took months ago.
Yeah, and I want to give credit where credit's due because I'm a big believer in if you're going to hear something and then repeat it to your crowd to give credit. So we were at an event, we're in a mastermind with Russell Brunson, and he had a speaker, Rachel Hollis, and one of the things she said was, what you're living today is a result of a decision you made 6 months ago. And what you do today will dictate what your life looks like in 6 months. I thought, ooh, that's good. That's really good. That's a message that you need to hear because
Well,
we think in 6 months increments. When she said that, I'm like, so true.
Well, and one of
Like
the things
that we live that every
one of
day.
the reasons that it hit home is because that's how we've started to structure our business.
Yeah, and our life. Like
Right.
we were on a 6 month move to Charleston. Like we're moving our life and our business to Charleston, South Carolina. It's about 90 minutes from where we are now. And one of the things that
We're
was
just
like,
gonna pick everything that's in here up and just drive it down the road 90 minutes. That sounds crazy to me, but anyway, we're
but
doing
it's
it.
literally in January. We're like, if we don't get on this now, it will not be real in 6 months. And it has to be real in 6 months because what happens after 6 months, we get into our fall season, which is our busiest time of year. So it's like what decision we make in January is going to 100% dictate where we're going to be in July. And that's going to dictate what the next 6 months are going to look like. So I want you to start thinking about that. That's another writer downer for you that I really want you to be thinking about. In fact, take a minute right now. And the writer downer is the decision I made 6 months ago dictates the life I'm living today, the business I have today. The decision I make today dictates the life and the business I have in 6 months. I really want you to be thinking about that. So take a second and think about that. What if you were to roll back the calendar to 6 months ago? What decision did you make? And by the way, not making a decision is a decision. So if there was something considerably big on your radar and you're like, oop, I'm not ready for that, that was a decision, right? So what, intentional or not, and in some level they always are, right? And, it's funny, actually, I was thinking of this morning too. Something that Tony says that I just love is that you are an example of what's possible or what's not. Like when you think about your tribe, your kids, your family, like everything you do, you're either an example of what's possible or an example of what's not. I'm like, oh, yes, that is so true.